Hello. Yeah, hi Bob.
So, in regards to the ice maker.
Yes.
The one that's at the house that's not working.
Harold, where are you? In Palm Springs? Hi, Abe.
Hello. How are
Harold,
you?
Hi. I have a patio in the back.
I like the flowers.
Yeah, there's mirrors here. The guy who
Oh.
lived here before had mirrors all over the whole house. Everything was mirrored. It was nuts.
Okay, so we're talking about. It seems that somebody who's tummy mace for sheretz, if you're Cohen, you're going to be machalo the avoda. But if you're tummy mace if you're tummy because of a mace, then because tumas hutra b'tzibur, the Cohen doesn't machalo the avoda. And the Gemara has also said that you can even lechatchila, it's a mitzvah to wait to Pesach Sheni if you're tummy. But b'di'eved, if the tummy mace person sent his korban Pesach with a shaliach, it works. And he doesn't have to bring Pesach Sheni. Frek the Gemara b'aksiv, ish lefiach lo tachosu alaseh. The guy who's shecht can only shecht for people who can eat it, and he can't eat it. So the Gemara answers lemitzvah. That's only lechatchila, lemitzvah, lemitzvah and a musfar, but not b'di'eved. Frek the Gemara lakuvi lo. What? It's not ma'akev. It is ma'akev. Atanya b'michsas nefashos. Melamed sheina pesach nishchad ela menuya. The pesach can only be shechted for people that are counted in the group, and therefore shachatu shalom nuya. If you shechted it for people who were not subscribed, and you would not be subscribed if you were tummy, yachol yuko over la mitzvah. Fine, you didn't do the mitzvah perfectly, but maybe the korban is kosher. Talmud lomer tachoisu hakasuv shana alav. The Torah repeated this b'michsas nefashos and tachosu la'akev, that if you shechted for somebody who could not eat it, pasul. V'iskish oichlin, because it says lefiach lo, lemenuyan, to those who were subscribed, so that if you can't eat it because you're tamei, it doesn't count. So the Gemara says ziknei dorm lo makshi. They didn't make that hekesh between oichlin lemenuyan. Even if they don't make the hekesh, and they hold only lechatchila, you can shecht for a tummy mace. So mehonami islu pircha. There's a kasha from that as well. Ma b'makom shenit mubalim b'sheretz. If the bailim were tummy b'sheretz, there mashachin korban same lechatchila. You can send your korban with a shaliach. But kohen shenit me b'sheretz ain't a maratze. But a kohen who does the avoda, betumas sheretz, his korban is not accepted. The bailim that have tomei meis who cannot send a shaliach with their korban, kohen shenima b'meis eno din she'eno meratze. So the Gemara says the ziknei dorm, if they don't learn the hekesh, still have a problem with this kavachomer. And I'll ask you another kasha, says the Gemara Meisvei, on the ziknei dorm. B'nei she'anu nazir v'oisa pesach, meratza al tumas dam, ve'einat sitz meratza al tumas aguf. That is, the tzitz that the Kohen Gadol wore gives kapara if the dam of the korban became tamei, but not if the body of the nazir or the guy who's bringing the korban pesach is tamei. Now, b'mai, what kind of tuma? Ilema b'tuma sheretz ha'amrit. The ziknei dorm already said shachtim v'zorkin al tuma sheretz. That if on the 14th day in the afternoon somebody was tamei sheretz, you can shech for him because at night he's going to be able to eat it. Ella must be tumas meis. Uketani einat sitz meratze. Alma nitnu bailim b'meis ein mishalcha korban asayim. So we're back to our problem that the bailim who are tamei, why the bailim that are tamei cannot send their korban via shaliach. Morse is low. The nitnu bailim b'meis achanami that sits would be meratze. Hachmaiskin konchenitma hakohen b'sheretz. The Kohen himself was tamei b'sheretz. Iachi ema seifa. Nitma tuma satahoim tuma, which was unknown when the guy became tamei. Such a tuma sits meratze. For if you want to tell me Rabbi Lo Emru din tuma satahoim, ella lemeis bilvad. Not, let's say a berry. Let's say you don't know, you didn't see the sheretz. The sits on meratze for tuma satahoim of tumas meis. And lemeis lemut mei lav lemut tumas satahoim shel sheretz, which it's not meratze for. Versus lo lemut tumas satahoim shel ziva. There's no ritzutz of the tzitz, but tumas satahoim shel sheretz, it is meratze. Elohad by Rabbi Barcham, koina meratze korban usein. Korban is being makriv the korbanos of a nazir or a pesach. Hutrula tumas satahoim, o lo hutrula tumas satahoim. If he was contaminated with some kind of hidden tumah, is it permitted or not? Tivsha shetumas satahoim utrula. You just said that there's a heter. Da'acha b'koyin. You've already said it's not the bailim. You're talking about the koyin kamina. So Rabbi Bar Chama vadai pligi. He does not hold the way we've been learning. He argues with that mission. Toshma. V'nasa Aaron es avon hakodoshim. The kohen gadol who wears the tzitz, he bears the sin. What sin? B'te'ezo of a nosei. Imovon pigul. Pigul is where the kohen shechts and has in mind to do the zrika tomorrow. Harik v'nemer lo yechashe. It has no correction. It sits as not meratze for that. Im of a noiser v'nemer lo yiratze. There's no psul of noiser. You can't eat it. There's no. It sits as not meratze for that. Ha'ena nosela of an tumah. That sits takes care of certain tumas. Even ala yochid. Because hutra michlalo b'tzibur. Because we see the concept that there could be a heter regarding tumah. Because we see that tzibur, if they're tamei, you can bring the korban pesach b'tumah. And what kind of tumah? My tumah. That the tzitz is meratze. Ilay metumah sheretz. So hechi ishtari. The tzibur doesn't have a heter of tumah sheretz. So it's only tumas meis. Ella but tumas meis. And isn't it the lav kon shenitmu bailim b'meis? And we're talking about the bailim. Alma nitmu bailim b'meis b'shalchim korban useim. So they can send through a shaliach because the tzitz is meratze. Uvamai. What korban are we talking about? Ibn Nazir. It says v'chiyamus meis alav b'fesa pitom b'tamei rosh nizro. If the Nazir is exposed to death suddenly, on Rahman, any tumah, whether it's oines, whether it's sheretz, whether it's mace, he cannot bring the korban, final korban nazir until he's until he has tahara from his tumah. Ela loisa Pesach can't be talking about a nazir. It's talking about somebody brings a korban Pesach. From here we see that a tame's mace can send his korban Pesach with a shaliach like the ziknei dorim and not like Rami Bar Chama. So the Gemara says la'olam. We're not talking about tumas mace. We're talking about b'sheretz. But l'shem tumas bailim, it's the name. I mean, tumas mace is shem tuma, and it's also sheretz. Can't ask me a kasha that tuma hutra b'tzibur. If that's only b'tumas mace. But so when we say tuma, we're referring to tumas mace. However, iked umaisi hachi. Some learn from tzitz the following. It says v'nasa aronas avona koroshim. Avona koroshim in avon. That means the one who's doing kapara. Avon magdishim lo. Those that are being makriv, it's not. And my tumah, what tumah are we talking about? Ilemer tumah sheretz miyishter b'tzibur. Tumah sheretz never has a heter to do it with korban tzibur. Elalav tumas mace, where there is a precedence to doing it b'tzibur. The avon kadoshim in the tzitz is maratza for the bailim, but avon magdishim lo, but for the makrivim no, not like the ziknei dorim. I'm sorry, the opposite. Avon kodoshim the kohanim yes, but avon magdishim lo. So this is not like the ziknei dorim who said that a Tomei Mace could send his korbanos with a shaliach. Moses no la'olam that the tumas tzitz is maratze on the bailim, and it's tumas sheretz. Not because tumas sheretz in general is hutra b'tzibur, it's because we find heterim by shem tuma boil. So the Rambam says, "Tzitzis meratz al tumas advar makravim." Only if things that are offered on the mizbeach are tamei, then it works. Eino meratz al tumas al necholim. It does not help if somebody who's going to eat the korban, like kohanim or the bailim, are tamei. V'lo al tumas ha'odam shenibam b'tumas yidua. Elim kenai says a tumat chuy b'tzibur. Unless it will be meratzeh for tumas that is hutra b'tzibur, like the korban pesach. Okay. We're continuing to dissect the Mishnah. Yoishev minola. If you sit when you do the avodah, it passes the avodah. Minola. Amrav Amrav Chama Damar Kro. It says Kivo Bachar Hashem Lokecha Lamod L'Shareis B'Shem Hashem. It says Lamod. Lamida B'Charti V'Lo B'Yeshiva. Ton Rabbanon. Lamod L'Shareis. Mitzvah. So you have to. It's a mitzvah to do it standing. Because you oimer. So the word Amida has been repeated. To tell you that you ruin the korban if you do it sitting. It's not just a mitzvah. A Kohen who sits is like a non-Kohen. And and we've learned that he's mechalal the avodah. Let us say mazar. If a zar does the avoda, his punishment is misa b'dei shamayim. Af yoshe b'misa. But al matanya, why does it learn aval orel oinin yoshe? A kohen who's uncircumcised or is an onain. He's lost a family member and hasn't buried him yet, and he's not allowed to do the avoda. Or yoshev eina b'misa ela bazar. It's a lav. You get malchus, but no misa. Why not? If you compare it to a zar, why don't you say, if a zar gets misa, they should get misa too? So the Gemara says, "Mishum da'avim mechusr begodim, v'shelo richu tzedem reglai b'shnei ksuvim abam ke'echad." A Kohen lacking the begodim, and a Kohen not washing his hands, that does the avoda, and there it says that a Kohen who does it is chayv misa. It's abam ke'echad. You can't learn it to another Allah. According to everybody, there are some people who say, but nobody holds that if there's 3, and drinking wine is also says in the Torah that you get misa. Okay, so we're going to stop. So tomorrow, on Tuesday, we'll learn Chav Daled, and on Wednesday, we'll learn Chav Hey. And then on Thursday, we'll be together again on Zoom for Chav Vav. Now, Harold,
Okay.
Johnny, where are we going to learn?
You can learn
You
by
can
me.
learn by what?
You can learn by me. Or
You can
you're
also, and you can learn by me, whatever you
Okay,
want.
well, let's do it by Johnny tomorrow, Harold, and then, because
Okay.
that's close to the shul, and
Yeah.
then maybe tomorrow we'll go by you.
Okay, Mincha 6:10. So what time should we learn?
Let's learn at 5:15.
Okay, very
It's a
good.
short blot.
Great.
So Johnny
Okay.
will be by your house.
5:15? Okay.
5:15.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Good Yontif.
Good
Good
Yontif,
Yontif, babe.
everybody.
Okay.
Yontif.
Yontif.